Today's video is a best of 2024 recap. I'll just be showing you some items that I've been using and loving this past year. Not necessarily purchased this year, but these are items I've added to my daily routines. Not necessarily useful, but I think makes me look forward to each day better. So I categorize them into different subcategories. There's everyday items, there's cosmetics and skincare, there's tech, and then yeah, I'll just be introducing them one by one. So starting off with everyday items, these are some of my favorites of the year. This is from Calvin Klein. It's like a large tote bag because firstly, I carry my laptop around quite a lot and it's like a 13-inch laptop, and this bag fits the laptop, fits my tablet and a water bottle all in one. My favorite part of this bag is kind of this feature. It's kind of like belt-like handle that you can adjust. So if you don't want to use it as a tote bag, it can even be a messenger bag. Super helpful for the girlies who like to carry everything around, and you know, in the winter when you have thick jackets, you probably want a larger, you want something to be adjustable instead of something that has a smaller shoulder width. If you're in the market for a large tote bag, this one is my favorite purchases of the year. So moving on to other everyday items. So yeah, just putting bags in bags has been my thing lately, and this pouch is one of my favorite purchases as well because I've just been using it every day. It's so much more accessible even if you have a large tote bag. Kind of my everyday hygiene slash daily use item bag. So I carry mints. Mintia from, I think I got it at the Japanese airport. I usually buy them in bulk whenever I see them. Some lip items I carry around, lip tints and lip balms, and these are my favorites as of right now. I also have like ointment, inhaler, inhaler, soothe any blocked nose or runny nose, small mirror. In a while, this probably is from early 2010s. It's EXO merch, OG EXO merch. One in my tiny pouch. Next, I have these pill cases I use as my accessory storage. Make sure they don't tangle and they don't get lost in any of my bags. What I used to do is put them into like tiny Ziploc bags, but this has been way more convenient when I'm traveling. Just downsize what I have and I don't buy as much. So other daily items are some fragrance items I've been carrying around, and these are the three I'm going to share about today. Firstly, these two are my favorite scents of the year. The Matcha. I got this in Urban Outfitters. Neutral, like not necessarily overly feminine or masculine. It reminds me of like walking into a very green garden. It's non-fiction called Neroli Dream, and it's a very floral scent. These two have been my favorites of the year. Another one of kind of fragrance but more of a hand cream is this one from Tambourines, Holy Metal, and I decorated it with some stickers. Masculine, more on the masculine side. Apply it by pushing onto the applicator, and then there's balm that comes out here. The design itself is super unique. One thing I don't like about it is that it's hard case, it's kind of bulky, not necessarily compact to be carrying it around, but it was a good souvenir for myself from Korea. Moving on to tech. So I need to read, type, write, code a lot. In my bag all the time, I definitely do have notebooks. I need a very strict system of like note-taking and like idea jotting. So I have notebooks for different uses. This one is more of a commonplace notebook, an empty one that I can use vertically or horizontally as I need. And because it's empty, I can add notes however I need to. I always add like small pages in between. It as a planner, I use it as a note taker, I use it as a brainstorming tool. My commonplace notebook has mostly stuff I won't need to refer back to in the long run. It's just a short run idea jotting scrapbook. This one substantially changed my lifestyle as a piece of technology. It's a binder actually in the style of a notebook. Whenever I finish a project, I take it out and I leave it in my archives. I look back at it when I need to. It doesn't, so it ends up being quite a slim notebook, essential notes for ongoing projects. And when a project is paused or is completed, take it out. I leave it in my library. I can use it whenever I need to down the road. Other tech items, I have upgraded recently my mouse. So I know it was kind of excessive to have different mouses, pieces of the same thing, but I can't live without either now. This one is an ergonomic mouse from Logitech, and it's on the table flat. It's better for your wrist if it's in this motion. Why I got this is because in May I started getting slight stiffness in the wrist where it started to hurt. It kind of freaked me out, so I upgraded to an ergonomic mouse, and thankfully it hasn't reoccurred since I changed my office setup. And this magic trackpad I've wanted probably like 5 years ago. I finally caved and bought it this year. Why I like the magic trackpad is because I use a MacBook and I read a lot. Having that just scroll motion or that zoom in motion that the trackpad can follow instead of a mouse. The MacBook has lots of add-on gestures, and that can result in kind of a more fluid workspace, I would say. It kind of changed my life. Definitely one of my favorite purchases of the year, magic trackpad. Moving on to skincare and cosmetics. So my skin right now is way better than it used to be. I started Accutane this year. This is what my skin looked like before. I used to have really bad acne breakouts. I've tried many different treatments. I've tried different skincare routines, and it didn't really work out for me. Every week I'd have like new spots forming on highly frequent cycles that caused the scarring to get worse and the hyperpigmentation to get worse. My skin was not doing well while I was under a lot of stress, and also while I was traveling through different climates. So I decided to hop on Accutane, and the results have been actually quite substantial. You can see now I have a bit of makeup on, but I rarely get breakouts. Overall, my skin condition has improved a lot after being on Accutane. So moving on to makeup and cosmetics. So I finally cracked the code for my mascara routine, and it's because of these two items here. This one is the Dr. Mascara Fixer from Etude House, and specifically you want to get the super long lash formula. This one is a 5-star rating for me. So if you're looking for mascara, highly recommend this one. And then I go in and I add this one from Cezanne for separate and long lash. Formula for this one is also super good. It doesn't clump. My eyelashes stay separated, and that's what I really want. And it lasts the whole day. Both of these are what I use today. Trust me. Well, this has been working for me. Might not work for everyone, but this helped me crack the code. Okay, moving on. Everyone has been crazy about blush. Here are two of my favorite blushes of the year. I'm sorry to hop on the trend. You might have seen this like 600 times on YouTube. 100% one of my favorite items of the year. This is the Free Pudding Pot Blush in the color My. It's a combination of Benefits Dandelion blush. I've used this so much, you can see the bottom. This is such an everyday color, and the two of them combined. I use this as a base and top up with the Benefit Dandelion. So if you're still on the market for blushes, these two have been my favorite this past year, and I use it in my routine all the time. Lastly, I want to talk about my foundation. I haven't been using foundation that much because of my skin, but lately because I haven't been breaking out as much and I just wanted to add something to my routine, this has been amazing. Hints Second Skin Mesh Matte Cushion. But what I like about this one is firstly its design. The interesting thing about this cushion is it has kind of like a filter, so you don't get as much formula on your cushion pad. The second thing about it is that it spreads out evenly on your cushion, not getting patches of like lighter or darker shades on your skin. But it's named after its Second Skin Mesh Matte Cushion. It doesn't get cakey. That's number one for me. And then number two, it's easy to apply and it stays on for the whole day. I don't have to touch up throughout the day. It's highly rated in Olive Young too, so if you're looking for one, this is the one to try out first. So that's the end of my 2024 recap. Those are my favorite items of the year, and thanks for watching. See you in the next video.